Let's learn how to upgrade your ship from this into this. Thank you to Kalypso Media for the free game. There is a Harbormaster at every location, but only specific Harbormasters will allow you to upgrade your ship. We have the Cannon Caster, the Carpenter, the Pirate Dealer, the Sailmaker, and the Ship Chandler. Be aware of who you're allied with on the map, because note that the Turks Island up here in the green does not have a Ship Chandler, and England in the red does not have a Carpenter. If you're with France or Spain, they have all 5, so you're good to go. The first thing that you're going to want to do is get friendly with a nation. You're going to want to get all cozy with the governors for the nation that you want to be allied with. When you select the governor menu from the port screen, you will see a couple missions that you can select to complete. These range from bounty hunters, escort missions, attacking other nations, and just delivering them the goods that they need for their town. On the right side of the menu, you will see a number 0 through 5, and this is your relationship status with the nation. You only have to be 3 out of 5 to get the better upgrades. You don't have to be 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5. Every ship will have a different weight capacity and will have different offensive, defensive, and support slots. This will also impact how you upgrade your ships. With Cannon Caster, you have 1, 2, and 3. Each one provides a mortar and a swivel gun. Now, a mortar is a support skill. It's on the back of the ship. It's for long-range combat that deals health damage directly. This upgrade is really more useful if you have a firefighter skill, because it will also set ships on fire and deal more health damage over time without you having to do anything. The swivel gun is on the front of the ship. It also helps protect against boarding from enemies. And then you can see all of the lovely cannons that we have here. All of these are good for different things, so it really depends on what you're trying to do and your playstyle. These vary in range and damage. Now let's go over the Carpenter. The Carpenter is where we can use cannon deck tiers for the ship. When you scroll over one of the cannons on your ship, you'll see that it has either 4 cannons per deck, 5 cannons, 6, 7, and this actually goes all the way up to 11 with the War Galleon. Along with the Carpenter, we also have a frame, which increases your health points, a hull, which increases your health slightly but with armor around all sides, a cabin that increases your crew member size, ram that increases ram damage, lets you do the ram skill, and decreases the damage that you take yourself from ramming, and hull to increase your cargo space. I want to highlight the Cabin 3 upgrade because with this and among other skills I had, my boarding strength was over 1400 with the Pirate Galleon, which is insane. With the Pirate Dealer, we're going to have grappling hooks which increase the probability of successfully boarding a ship, armor plating to help with armor around every side, a fireboat that does exactly what it says, it will attack a ship and light it on fire, a keg of rum to increase morale during battle, and sabers that increase boarding strength per crew member. On Pirate Dealer 2, we have another option called Sabotage Boat. I have to be honest, I've been testing this one out. I'm not exactly sure what it does. When used, the enemy ship says only 1 turn possible, but it continues to move and shoot and do everything like any other normal ship would do. But then I thought maybe it can only literally turn once. But then that wasn't the case, because in this turn he turned twice. So then I got to thinking maybe he's only turning to the right. I need to do further testing though, because I'm still at a loss about what it's supposed to mean. Note that you can't add both upgrades to the same ship. You can either have 1 fireboat or 1 sabotage boat. The Sailmaker will have cells to reduce movement damage taken, additional cells to increase the max speed of the ship, and a rudder to withstand more damage before taking movement damage, and negates critical hits to the rudder. Then there are interesting upgrades happening with the Bird's Nest. The first one is called Lookout. The ship and allied ships in range 3 can use cover and shielding for reduced damage. On Sailmaker 2, you can see that we have the similar things, but a Sharpshooter's Nest. Now this says the Sharpshooter event can occur during boarding combat. I did a lot of testing where I played a few hours with Sharpshooter's Nest on my ship, and I never had this event pop up when I was boarding ships, so it's either bugged or it's useless. And then on Sailmaker 3 we have one more, which is the Artillery Lookout. This makes it to where friendly ships in range 3 around the ship with an artillery lookout receives plus 5% hit probability when shooting with cannons. Note that you can only have one of these lookouts on your ship because they replace the Bird's Nest. Other upgrades are way more important though, so I really feel like you'll never use these when you're trying to maximize your ship upgrades. Ship Chandler has a water pump, which is kind of similar to the rudder, where you have to have more damage until you take movement damage. Nets that reduce the consumption of goods by a certain percent. Hammocks that increase the maximum possible crew. Handguns that increase boarding strength by a ton. And railing to reduce the crew damage that is taken. These all escalate from Ship Chandler 2 to Ship Chandler 3, but Ship Chandler 3 has one more thing, and this is called a lifeboat. The lifeboat is really good for all stages of the game, and it doesn't have a big weight limit, so it's really good. Seamen are able to rescue themselves with the lifeboat, even from a sinking ship, so one part of the casualties can be saved after the sea battle, and one part of them can be rehired in the next tavern. This is really amazing for any capturing ship builds or using Dayron Esposito, since he is a big capture ship master. But note that this does replace the fireboat or the sabotage boat, but I think it's the best one unless you're running firefighter with a super specific build for fire. Just go with Lifeboat. Since we're talking about ships, what do you think the best ones are? You can click this video here to learn about all 18 and which ones are the best.